There was this one time many years ago, back in, I think it was season 7, maybe. Season 7 or season 8? I think season 8. Where Riot introduced this thing called dynamic queue. And what happened was, I think it might have been season 7. Anyways, that doesn't matter. So then what ends up happening is after Riot introduces this thing, then what they ended up doing was they made it so that they pretty much made it so that like people could have easier ways to boost, right? Because like you could queue up with more than just one other person. So people were just like people were just sitting there and they were like perma boosting, right? So then what ends up happening is that boosting sites started becoming out of control. And because the boosting sites become out of control, they started paying all these like high elo streamers and shit to just like advertise their boosting site in their IGN. So in the same way that nowadays you see people with like WX in their IGN, back then it used to be that, right? Where a guy would sit there and he would be paid a lot of money and he'd make his name like WX whatever, right? And a bunch of people are actually doing this. So then what ends up happening is one day a Reddit thread gets made and Riot becomes aware that these high-low players are getting paid to advertise this boosting company, right? So what they did was they legitimately banned every single person that had WX in their IGN, whether they were high-low, low-wheel, or affiliated with it or not. And then they also made it so that every single account from that IP or every single account that had ever been logged into from that IP were all banned as well. And it was so crazy because at the time, I think I remember hearing that in the story, Viper, he was like doing it. And because he was doing it, they just like banned all his accounts. And his little brother that was like 11 years old at the time ended up getting banned because of it. His little brother that was 11 playing on like a level 10 account, you know what I mean?